Hi, it's Ronnie and welcome to my channel and to the Scrap 5 challenge for the month of May. And if you'd like to join us on Instagram, it's hashtag Scrap5. So yeah, you can use the same 5 items and post it on Instagram. It's 2 or more photos, matte photos with 3 or more papers. At least one paper needs to be torn or distressed, gems or enamel dots, ribbon or twine. So we do have some choices there. And I decided to go with just the 2 photos. So I cut one down already so that it fit better on my layout. And that background paper is color Bach, but the paper I'm going to cut right now, it is, well, the rest of the papers are Echo Park. That one is That's My Boy, and then the rest is All Boy. And yeah, I really love that striped paper. It's got all the colors. It's in both of the collections. And then at the end, I'm going to pull out a paper that is Pebbles that matches real well too. I'm going to make a banner for everything to sit on. And I cut the other one, the more narrow one, to actually use. But then when I seen them both laying there after I got done cutting, I decided I needed the bigger one after all. And I do have 3 papers there to map my photos on, white, green, and a dark blue. And so that's took care of. And then I'm going to take care of another thing, like immediately. I'm going to tear the bottom of that one paper. And almost immediately, I'm going to add the twine to that photo. So that's 3 things down already on the list. I've only got 2 more to go. I'm using a yellow twine. I believe that just came from the Dollar Tree. It's a pretty thin one. And instead of leaving the bottom of that white, I decided to ink it. And I tried that one. Well, it was darker than I wanted. It was coming out kind of like a brown. So I went ahead and did the entire bottom edge of it and then pulled out a yellow that I knew was going to look more yellow and finished inking the white part that was on the torn place down there. And I am going to overlap my pictures. So I am putting foam tape just on part of my photo since the rest of it's going to be on the other photo. And the photos that I'm using are of Reagan, and they didn't have a swing set at their house, so when they would come out to visit me, which, was usually every weekend, the first place they would head would be to the swing set so they could play on it. And this was the day that they learned you can go backwards down the swing set. Yeah, so she's going forward and backwards in the photo. But yeah, they learn to go down it backwards. It is a lot harder. I don't know why kids do it. They have troubles going down. They don't slide as good. And then they're scared to get to the bottom. But yeah, they were going backwards, forwards, and everything, trying all kinds of stuff out. But they were taking turns really good. I use the same paper for all the words in my title. It's a red on red, tone. It kind of looks like a plaid if you look at it closely, but it's really hard to tell because it looks so solid. And the first word is weekend, and that was in like a planning set of dies I got once. And the fun is from Tall and Thin by Sizzix. And then, of course, the next one is that Echo Park one. And I made sure I looked at it. It is called Letterbox. And yeah, I like it because it's so easy to punch out. And it's just a little piece of paper. See that square on there? I believe that other square might have been from me cutting out letters on that little tiny font because they're crammed pretty close together and it don't take but a scrap. And that is another thing I like about that. I'm using a piece of ephemera that says no one is you and that is your superpower. And it's just going to go in the bottom right hand corner of that photo. But I'm going to add a matte to it of red so it's not going to say the dark blue. I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want these gears. Usually I only put gears on boy pages, but that was in this collection. And like I said, it's a boy collection. I just wanted to use those colors because so much of the playground equipment I have at my house was showing up in the photos that I thought I needed these colors in my layout. And the gears were already cut, and I believe those are the ones, I It was a really old set, I think. I don't think those are, well, they might be. They might be the Tim Holtz one. I think they might be. And they were already in there. I thought, well, I might as well use them. It'll add some circles to my layout instead of everything being rectangular or square. And I'm going to try to make sure I use all three colors on here. I'm going to use the green twice because, that is my favorite color. So it's going to get used twice. And then the red and the orange. And, oh, I'm getting my enamel dots on there. That's number 4 on the list. Well, actually, I think that concludes the list. 2 or more photos, matted 3 times, a torn edge, twine, and enamel dots or gems. Yeah, that is the whole list. So now anything else I can do on my layout is a bonus. I always like to get my list done, and then I know I've got everything accomplished, and then I can go on from there. So normally I wouldn't have put my enamel dots on that soon. And let's see. Oh, I'm trying to find something else to put above the right-hand picture. It kept looking kind of plain up there, so that's where another one of the gears is gonna go. And while I was looking, I seen those happy faces, smiley faces, and I've been wanting to use them up. And so yeah, it's sitting right there. I'm gonna put it on the layout, and I decided to use the red. And I did consider getting out my tab punch and using it there, but then I seen this picture frame in there. And I thought, well, I can cut the top part off of it and use it. Well, I'm going to add another one so it goes all the way across because I didn't really like my circle in the corner. And it's going to go in the middle, and the smiley face is going to cover up where the 2 pieces meet. But I do want to mention that down there below, there will be links to all the other gals that are doing the Scrap 5 challenge. And also down there will be the hashtag Scrap5. And that's for if you would like to join us and post yours on Instagram, use the hashtag Scrap5 so that we can see it and get to see your layout a whole lot easier. And oh, I decided to pull out some phrases and the tiny word phrases. I'm going to use today's adventure. And when I went to put it on there, it being red is what I used. I wasn't thinking. It kind of blended in with the gear too much. So I'm backing the red with some blue just to make it pop a little more and then give it a lot more dimension because I have 3 layers there. The other one, the Find Joy, it's kind of on the small side, so I'm putting it above the photo by the smiley face. And then I've got one more, and it's Being Me. This is going to go in Reagan's album. So I thought, well, the being Me will work. And I kept looking at that cluster up there and thinking, it just needs something else. Well, it's going to take me a minute, but I'm going to end up remembering I didn't use all of that striped paper. I do have a chunk that came off the bottom, and I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to end up using it to make me a banner there and kind of coordinate it with the rest of the layout just a little bit more, but I am going to have to tuck it in under stuff that I've already got there. And I'm also going to cut it in half so it'll be a little bit longer because I didn't want my stripes to go in the wrong direction. I wanted them going the same direction as the big banner. And so, yeah, I think I'll be about done when I get that on there. Because, yeah, I've already got my enamel dots on there. And that's usually one of the last things that I do. But, yeah, well, I'm taking my time, aren't I? Oh, yeah, I remembered. This is the Pebbles paper. And I believe it came in a collection called Seen and Noted. And I just cut a strip off and I'm going to cut it down into 3 different arrows. And they're the same colors as in the banner, except it has brown and I don't have brown. And it also has 2 colors of green, but they're so close to the green that I'm already using that that'll work just fine. But I did have troubles trying to decide where to put them because of the striped paper that's already there. And so I'm going to, and I almost put them all going in the same direction, but that's not my favorite thing anyway. just turn it upside down. So I will have one going back into the page and the other two looking like they're going out of the page. And then I'll be done. That'll be it for my layout. But it is a fun list. So I'd suggest trying it and seeing how you like doing the scrap 5. And yeah, that arrow's the last thing I put on the page. And yeah, that's it for my layout. So if, oh, look, I forgot to mention that cool. That came in a click kit one time. And all 3 of them that you seen was in it. I hadn't touched them yet. So I was glad to get one of them on a layout. And let's see. I think everything else I told where it came from. Well, the phrases came from Simple Stories. I have quite a few of those, and I just want to go ahead and put them all together and have them by my desk so I can just reach over, glance through them, and find ones that'll go with my layout. Not that I always think of them. That's why I have so many. I went a very long time not thinking of them. But at least they're right there in front of me. So when I glance ahead of me, and think, okay, what can I do next? It's one thing that I'll see. So I have put on more on there lately than I usually do. But there's my smiley face. And I believe that's Jolie's Boutique. And yeah, if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.